GarageBand's stock plugins aren't completely useless or anything, that's not what I'm saying here. On the whole, they do a pretty good job, considering that they're just watered down versions of Logic Pro's stock plugins with the graphical user interfaces removed. There are, however, some really good free alternatives out there that will give you better results. Hey, it's Patrick from the GarageBand Guide. Today I'm sharing what I think are 3 of the worst stock plugins in GarageBand for Mac, and the free excellent alternative plugins that you should replace them with. Starting with GarageBand stock compressor is alright, I suppose. It definitely gets the job done in most situations anyway. The biggest drawbacks for me are the anemic control options it gives you and how lacking in character it is. There are a couple of free compressors that I would recommend here. The first, more general use free compressor I'd recommend is Analog Obsession's BritPressor. A new take on the classic British style compressor, BritPressor gives you much more in-depth control over how your audio is compressed when compared to GarageBand's stock compressor. You have full control over threshold, ratio, gain, and mix parameters, amongst others, as well as the ability to individually adjust how much compression is applied to low, mid, and high frequencies. Here's a comparison of how GarageBand's stock compressor sounds versus Analog Obsession's BritPressor on this track. Round the circles, I'm getting dizzier. The more you spin me around, watch me hit the ground. Round the circles, I'm getting dizzier. The more you spin me around, watch me hit the ground. Circles, I'm getting dizzier. The more you spin me around, watch me hit the ground. Round the circles, I'm getting dizzier. The more you spin me around, watch me hit the ground. Circles, I'm getting dizzy. If you're looking to fatten up your drum tracks in particular, then I'd recommend checking out Audio Damage's Rough Rider 3. I still can't believe that they give this one away for free. It is the final word when it comes to adding some gnarly, gritty character to your drum tracks. Here's how Rough Rider compares to GarageBand's stock compressor on a drum track. Oh, I'm going to get some heat for this one in the comments. Look, GarageBand's amp and pedal designer is really, really good on clean guitars anyway. The vast majority of the distorted tones, though, they're not that great, with a lot of them having that cheap, fizzy top-end sound that can really ruin a track. So instead, I highly recommend grabbing this Crunk version 2 from Nembrini Audio. Nembrini Audio really know what they're doing when it comes to top drawer guitar plugins, and despite being free, Crunk version 2 is no different. Here's how Crunk version 2 measures up to a couple of GarageBand's distorted amp and pedal designer presets. In Logic Pro, the Space Designer plugin is a massively powerful and feature-rich monster of a reverb plugin. In GarageBand, we get 3 sliders and a bunch of presets. Yikes. Now don't get me wrong, the presets are good, but with no ability to fine-tune them to your specific use case, they're not particularly useful. Instead, I recommend grabbing Valhalla Supermassive, an incredible free delay / modulation / reverb plugin for Mac from Valhalla DSP. One of Valhalla Supermassive's most exciting features is the modes menu. Valhalla DSP felt that the reverb and delay algorithms present in the plugin didn't really fit into the standard room / hall / chamber categories found in conventional reverbs, so they've given the ones available here the names of celestial objects instead. And why not? Look, I could bang on about this plugin until the cows come home. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourites of all time. However, let's get on with the comparison, shall we? So here's how Valhalla Supermassive sounds when compared to GarageBand's stock Space Designer plugin. You'll find links to all of the plugins I've mentioned underneath this video. They're right next to the like button, funnily enough. Also, I've gathered all of my favourite free GarageBand for Mac music making tools into one playlist. So click here and watch that next.